Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see what is the purpose of get metadata activity and how to utilize get metadata activity with if based on real-time scenario. Okay. Now, the get metadata activity in Azure Data Factory is to retrieve metadata about the dataset or resource within EDF. This activity is particularly useful when you need to dynamically determine properties of information about dataset, linked services, or other EDF resources. Key features and use case. Suppose these are the main key features in the get metadata activity. The get metadata can retrieve various metadata properties such as dataset properties, name, linked services schema, linked services properties like connection string, type, pipeline properties like name parameters, activity properties like name, type, inputs and output. So basically, guys, get metadata actually like, for example, you have created any data set. Inside the data set, right? You want to retrieve the metadata of the information. For example, you can create like, you have created a one folder. Inside the folder, you want to read the some metadata like folder name, file name, okay, or subfolders name you want to retrieve it. So this get metadata activity will help on this key information which you want to retrieve the properties of the folder, right? And this is basically based on our scenarios in real time and mostly utilizing you want to retrieve the data, okay, metadata information related to your data set or linked services or pipeline or activity properties, right? Based on that you can utilize it. Now in my scenario, I'm going to showcase you how to utilize a get metadata with if activity. Before going if activity, right? Let's do and create the get metadata. You will get a clear cut information. Okay. Now click on the data factory, click on new pipeline. Okay. Now, actually I have created a one pipeline next. Here I'm going to add the get metadata. Okay. Here I'm going to select the setting tab. We need to create a data set and linked services. So I'm selecting the blob storage. I'm selecting the delimited text. Okay. Now if you observe carefully guys here, I'm pointing to the input folder. Guys, I'm using here existing linked services. Okay. Why? Because see, linked services we can easily create it. It's not a big deal for us. So it is a like connection parameter for the whatever data set you have created, whatever you are selected the storage account type, right? So it is in connection parameters. Okay. So you can refer old video so you can get a idea on the linked services and what is data set. Now I'm pointing to the folder. So I just pointed to the folder. Now click on OK. So what happened, here you get an idea. Okay, I have created a data set linked services and giving the information like inside the get metadata. By go to settings tab, we need to select the field list. So you need to pass the argument like based on child item, I exists or item name, item. Okay. So this all whatever arguments you have. So you need to pass as per your requirement. Right now I'm passing a argument as a child item. Example I'm showcasing. Okay, debug. Click on debug. Now if you see carefully here, so get metadata we has input type is taking like data set information, whatever information I have provided field list as an argument. Okay. Now this is the storage type input I have provided. Now if you go to the output side, what it gives the metadata. For example, child item. So it is give name, type, what is the file name and type. And if you give any folders are there, it will give the folder names also. Right now we don't have any folders. So it is just giving the file names only. Okay. Now inside this like metadata, we have other options also like exit. You want to check whether the file exists or not. So it will give Boolean type return true or false. Okay. It will give Boolean type true or false. Okay. Now this is about the exactly what I mean to say get metadata, guys. Now, for example, if you want to go with the real-time scenario wise, so you have to choose the option accordingly as per your requirement. Okay. So you cannot go ahead and blindly do it, guys. So as per your requirement, you have to choose it. Okay. Now, if you see, it is going to give the exist true or false. True. Why? Because the files are there, right? So that is the reason it is giving to me. Now, one more thing here, if you get metadata, you want to select item name, it is given the file name, item type, what type of file it is lost, modified. So as per your requirement, you can select. For currently, time being, my requirement is I want to select the file exists. Now I'm opening the data set here. I'm selecting the file name as well. Okay, go to input folder. I'm going to point into particular folder here, customer RAM. Okay. Now, after doing this one, I have just created a get metadata. Now what it is returning? It is going to return true. Okay, it is going to return true. My scenario is like I want to check whether the file is there means I need to process the file. There is a no file means I don't want to process the file. I want to simply give some message, fail message like that. Okay. Now pipeline got successfully completed. True. Now it is giving true to me. Now I want to utilize this get metadata output to other activity. So for right now, I'm going to utilize the if. So what is if activity? Let's go ahead and check it. So basically, the purpose of the if activity, like the condition, if condition activity is a control flow activity that allow you to conditionally execute, okay, activities based on specific condition. Okay, it is similar to an if-else statement in programming language, enable you to create more flexible and dynamic pipeline. So it is like programming language of if-else statement, guys. So you want to control the activities, allow you to conditionally execute based on your condition. It has to be executed on specific condition. So you can utilize the if activity. So these are the condition expressions we can utilize here. So if you want to utilize, with type of expression some functions you want to utilize. So these are the example we can utilize. Okay. Right now I'm going to do with the some condition expression based on the get metadata input, and I have mentioned some condition, then it is going to true block. If the condition matches me, true block. If the condition not matches me, it is going to false block. So we can utilize for the check if file exists, loading into database, load data into different destination based on specific conditions. Like you can utilize for the error handling also. Okay, one second, guys. Yeah. So you can utilize for the error handling also, dynamic branching also you can utilize. So these are the major scenarios where we can utilize the if activity. Now I'm going to show you with one example. Okay. Now come back here. So I have added the if activity. Now click on activities tab. Now I'm passing the dynamically. So get metadata output dot exist. Okay. Whatever output is giving, I'm just giving as an expression here. So what it is giving, it is returning true, right? So if the file is there, means the true block has to be executed. What I will keep here. So I just want to check whether this one is executing properly or not as per my expectations. So wait. So after this one, what happened here? I'm going to add false. What I have to add? Fail. I'm going to add the fail. I'm pausing some error message here. Click on pencil mark and select the file activity. Go to settings tab. No error, no file form. No source file form. Error code, I'm just mentioning 600 something. Okay. Now I have executed. Now I want to test whether the true block is executing or not. So I have added the wait activity, right? If it is true means it is going to showcase the wait one, or else it is going to the false block. Now let me execute this one. Now if you see here, wait one is why? Because the get metadata activity is returning the true. So I'm passing this activity output to if condition has an expression to test some specific condition true block. So it is checking true. Now it is executing false. Wait one. Now I want to test for the false. How? So simple. Go to settings tab, open your dataset, pass the incorrect file name here. Now I'm passing the incorrect file name. The file is not there. Okay. Now it has to go to false block. Now it has to go to false block. Okay. So when it is going to check whether the file exists or not. So get metadata is going to check whether file exists means it is going to true. If not means it's going to give the false. Now get metadata is going to return the false. Though, so this activity output I am passing to if condition. So the condition makes false. Now it is running the fail activity. Okay. Now let me execute this one. It's taking time. It won't take much time, guys. Sometimes it's taking time. Now if you see here, false. Now it got fail. Why? Why? Because I'm get metadata activity giving the fail, right? I'm passing the condition to a if activity on specific value, it has to check false, then it is giving alert message. What is alert message coming? No source file found. Now, if we have true block means we can add here copy activity. You can add a copy activity and you can move the data from source to, you can copy the data source to target. And as well as you can, add some email notification also. Okay, you can add in false activity, you can email notification by using some options like here we have some options. So we can utilize with help of some, for example, you want to give some alert email notification with help of some metrics and notification. By doing this alerts and metrics, you can create that. Okay. So you can get the email notification to your email ID, or else you can with help of logic app also, you can pass it, that particular activity here in the false block. So whenever there is no file here, it will throw an email notification to your box. Okay, on particular email IDs. Okay, so like this you can utilize it if activity with get metadata activity. Thank you guys. Please subscribe my channel.